and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Channel, also known as TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off-the-wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anywhere from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss. For links to those articles and the music done by Carrera and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and I am joined by...
The Slayer.
The Slayer.
The Slayer.
And...
Ape Gaming.
Yep. Anyway, today is Tuesday, also known as Tears Day, October 4th, 2022. So I'm going to start us off here from Rebel News. We have Kanye West and Candace Owens raise spectacle against BLM movement and Paris Fashion Week. And as I said earlier off the show, I was watching Tim Pool talk about this, and apparently, here we go, Kanye West and Candace Owens were wearing t-shirts that said White Lives Matter. Here we go right there, actually. At a Paris Fashion Week event, the superstar rapper was spotted with Daily Wire host Candace Owens, both of whom wore White Lives Matter shirts. The shirts also included a picture of the Pope's face on the front. The current Pope? That's interesting. So,
that's something.
Yeah. So that's kind of wild. What say you guys?
That's something else.
Yeah. Well, if somebody wants to read this highlighted paragraph here, this is it just adds more to the madness.
Owens and Kanye garnered a strong reaction from the media and celebrities, who expressed their outrage over the shirts, with some declaring that the rapper was guilty of fascism.
Damn.
Man, what a fascist. What a fascist.
And please do continue on.
Others pointed out that the reaction that they received would have not been the same had they worn Black Lives Matter shirts, bringing the double standard to the forefront of the conversation.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And they, as I said, Tim Pool and crew, had a lengthy, I think it was a 15-minute long snippet of their longer show that they really went in depth about this and talked about one of their co-hosts, Ian, really got into really trying to grasp at straws involving a certain word and stuff like that. But this is wild, dude. I never thought in a million years I'd ever actually start, looking at Kanye West in a positive light. This is hilarious. Anyway, let's move on here. Some more from Rebel News. Project Veritas exposed Anarchist teacher who wants to indoctrinate Oklahoma kids. Now, Tyler's recent TikToks attempt to portray him as just an alternative teacher dabbling with wearing neckties and mocking accusations that he indoctrinates his students, said Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe. If anybody wants to read these.
I want to read. My throat hurts a bit.
Can you see it?
Okay. Yeah, we can see it.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm lagging a bit. Hang on.
Okay. Doom, do you want to read this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Project Veritas has exposed yet another teacher, a self-proclaimed anarchist in Oklahoma who wants to burn down the entire system.
Damn.
Ooh, that's, wow. That's not good. Released as a part of the undercover journalist outfit's secret curriculum series, the teacher, Tyler Wren, who previously resigned from another school after he was exposed by libs of TikTok, who also goes by the name Tyler Parks, currently teaches English at a high school in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dang. Well, that's frightening. He was already ousted once before, and he's trying this again. These people will not stop. They will not learn. They cannot be reasoned with. And this is the result that they want. It's them or us. I kind of went on a rant on our Discord server about that earlier today, talking with I think I was talking with Muffin and the guy who loves grocery shopping. So.
Oh no, yeah, it's really bad, especially in California.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what happened to my brother's elementary school? Apparently, they were teaching about LGBTQ rights, and when he spoke about like something, that was not related to that, just gave him detention.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like only like 12 years old.
Jesus.
Like the next 20 some odd years are going to be very wild and wacky because like all these kids are going to grow up and they're all going to be screwed up. Like
they're gonna all have brain damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah,
like,
really bad.
God, like this isn't going to be a detriment for humanity in the long run, but like this is probably going to this is going to be a giant like dump on Western civilization.
Yeah.
All of this idiocy.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so bad. Especially little kids nowadays are not gonna know, anything when they grow up. Like my brother told me that, when he was in his class, the teacher said, "Give me the name of 5 states," and all the kids basically just kept referring to like, parts of California as like states, and it's kind of worrying because you could kind of wonder what they're teaching them. Like my brother knows at least 40 states, which is a good thing. But like he told me every other kid named Oklahoma. No, he named Tulsa, Austin, Texas as like a state. Some other kids refer to that, and I'm like, oh god, that's not right at all.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Like I think
one kid even. I'm sorry. Let's say fast.
I think I might be able to recite all 50 states with time. Like, I won't be able to rattle everything off. Maybe. Like, I'm not sure. But like this reminds me of like there's this YouTuber who goes around and like randomly asks people like just out on the street like random question like where's the Queen of England from, and then they honestly don't know, and then
oh yeah, I watch him.
Yeah, then like he asks like okay like just what country, and she's like what's a country, and I'm like oh my god, like we are screwed, and these are adults,
Yeah, they're like in their 20s and 30s. And they're like,
oh yeah, I saw that video. Like he goes up to like this girl, like name 5 states, and she fucking goes Queens, and then just New York, and then Bronx, and then Baltimore. I'm like,
wow,
what?
God, yeah, and these people vote. So if voting actually works, which I think is a giant farce, but if I'm wrong, then God help us because these people are the ones in line to. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on here. Some more from Rebel News. Why are Chinese police carrying out law enforcement on Canadian soil?
Oh, God.
According to a report by Safeguard Defenders, China has opened dozens of overseas police services stations in about 30 nations around the globe in order to monitor its citizens living abroad. Yeah, this is nothing new. I've heard about this over the past year or so, but they're all over the world, like as it says here. And it's to protect their citizens. Because a lot of nations out there, aren't that good and everything. But continuing on here, it says here, we all know that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has admiration in his heart for the basic dictatorship that China in terms of getting things done. But Chinese police operation on Canadian soil? Does somebody want to continue this on here just to bring somebody else into this popcorn reading?
I'll go for it. Why not?
All right.
This is truly beyond the pale, even for PM who has famous feelings for dictatorships ranging from China to Iran. There are allegedly 3 such as Chinese police stations in Greater Toronto area. 2 in Markham, and 1 in I haven't heard of these places
Scarborough.
before. Scarborough. Media outlets ranging from the Globe and Mail and the National Post to the New York Post recently ran stories on this intrepid situation. Oh my god, I butchered that.
Incredulous.
Incredulous, my bad.
Yeah, so let me look it up. What does incredulous even mean?
Yeah, I never heard of that word.
Incredulous of a person or their manner, unwilling or unable to believe in something.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, it makes way sense.
So, yeah. But dang, yeah, this is frightening. Well, I mean, like someone would counter argue, why does the U.S. have military bases all over the world? Very, very good counter argument. We don't need to. I don't know when our freedom got into Germany, or France or Italy or any of these places, but whatever. But But yeah, like it says here, indeed, according to a report by Safeguard Defenders, a human rights watchdog, China has opened dozens of overseas police stations in about 30 nations around the globe in order to monitor citizens living abroad, as we read earlier. That's frightening, you know, because we know that they're not just monitoring their own people. You know?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
They're keeping an eye on everybody. That's just an excuse.
Well, going from worrisome to downright bizarre, from Odyssey Central, we have woman helps husband marry ex-girlfriend. Now the three of them live together.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't like this. I already don't like this.
Oh god, it's going to shit, man.
After hearing that her husband and his ex-girlfriend still had feelings for each other, an Indian woman facilitated their religious marriage and agreed to the woman moving in with them. So polygamy. So because of their area, they're allowed to be polygamous. So, but this bizarre love story comes to you from Tirupati, a city in India's Andhra Pradesh state. Kalyan, a local video content creator, married a woman named Vimala. After the two hit it off on social media, everything was fine until the woman learned that her husband had a romantic relationship with another Indian influencer from Visakhapatnam, who had just moved into their locality and was looking to patch things up with Kalyan. But instead of trying to get the man to leave his current wife, the ex-girlfriend wanted to join their family. So it sounds like maybe she reached out to the wife or something. But this is still... we have more to read if anybody wants to read this. Or we can just talk about it.
According to multiple Indian news outlets, Kalyan and his old fling, Nitya Sri, had broken up due to some undisclosed issues that had since been resolved. When the woman moved to Tirupati and reconnected, they learned that they still had feelings for each other. So they both pleaded with Vimala, Kalyan's wife, to let him marry his ex-girlfriend. As you can imagine, Vimala was confused at first, but after taking some time to think about the issue, she decided to not only allow her husband's religious union with another woman, but actually take part in the ceremony and pose for pictures with the newlywed couple. Apparently, Nitya and Kalyan also proposed that they all live under the same roof, and Vimala agreed.
Wow. Now, stuff like this happens all the time, like, you know, out in the Middle East and whatnot, but, like, this is still, like, well, like, not stuff exactly like this, but, like, you know, polygamy and whatnot, but this is still, for, like, to hook back up with your ex and your current wife and, like, have all three of you in, like, under a roof, like, this is, I hope it works out, you know, I wish them luck. Like,
bro, that guy just wants fucking pussy, honestly.
Well, no, like, the women were in charge of all this. I think, right?
No. Oh, shit. Now they want the dick then.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, I just, like, I see some high possibility of some bad situation occurring. Like, you know, jealousy, maybe, like, poisoning or murder, you know, I don't know. Like, I you know, just, like, that's why I wish them luck. Like, you know, because there's a greater chance of this going really bad really quick. And then, yeah, or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
No, I've heard stories about this. I think I read an article. It was like what? Like I heard couples of dudes, you know, polyamorous or whatever it's called. Like, I heard like either 70 or 80% of them that get together, you know, like 3 people. Usually, I heard it usually ends in a disaster. Either ends with divorce or either someone trying to murder someone usually.
Polyamorous, right?
Yeah, polyamorous. Yeah.
Let's see, polyamorous, because I've heard that word a lot. Characterized by or involved in the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. So yeah, polyamorous.
So yeah, like it's kind of like, look, like people can do whatever they want, but it's gonna not end well, honestly, from what I see. Because
it's just a generally bad look.
Yeah, I knew someone like that, you know, not even for a while, and they recently got together. It was like, what, 2 guys, one fucking female. And it led to some drama, some emotional abuse, and in the end, they also the girls ended up leaving the other guy for the other one. And I'm like, bro, that was like a warning, you know what I mean?
See, that's the problem with poly. That's why I don't like it, because it just creates nothing but problems.
Because like unless
like a lot of that shit does though. Like anything along those lines just causes issues.
Yeah, and like unless you're like in a relationship that's an even number and like evenly split male and female, then somebody's going to be the odd one out. Like inevitably. So unless you have unless you're in a relationship with one of your same gender or sex or whatever things are anymore these days, and two of the opposites, or I guess everything can be interchangeable now. I don't know. I'm just going by old school terms.
No, yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, if there's two girls and one guy or two guys and one girl, someone's going to be the odd one out,
Oh, no, yeah.
And that's going to develop jealousy, and then, like, maybe favoritism,
So this is what I consider poly. It's just straight up cheating.
Yeah.
It's consented.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm completely against it. It's like you're literally just cheating on your partner. Just admit it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like, quit trying to justify it.
Yeah. Moving on forward, some more from Oddity Central. We have Ukrainian artists create the most amazing glass spiders. Glass Symphony, a Ukrainian family-owned company specializing in handmade glass sculptures, has become famous for its anatomically correct arachnids. Using a centuries-old technique known as lamp working, the artisans at Glass Symphony use glass rods, extreme heat, and the fine wrist movements to manipulate colored glass to intricate miniatures. We have more here to read, and I have the picture here of that spider. That looks really cool.
See?
So.
Oh, it does look cool.
I would not want one because it would I would wake up in the middle of the night and see it and freak the fuck out and end up smashing it, and then I have bits of glass everywhere. Great, So.
Oh no, yeah. It's like those little fucking plastic little spiders I remember kids used to buy, and they would put it in their parents' shoes, and when their parents would put on their shoes, they would get spooked by the spider. No, yeah, it reminds me of it, but it's glass.
Yeah. Oh, dude, have you seen that video of this one guy is Australian? His daughter was putting on her shoes, and then she just felt something funny, so she took off her shoe, and then the guy was just doing this with the shoe and everything, and a fully grown huntsman came out.
Oh God.
Yeah, this was a spider that was this big or something, or I don't know. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Spider girl's shoe. Let's see here. Images. Australia. Hold on. Let's see here. None of these are looking familiar. What, videos? Oh, well, I guess. Well, I don't know where it is, but there's obviously a lot of examples of spiders in shoes, and this is why I always tap my shoes, before I put them on, because, it's warm, it's California, there's spiders out here, and actually, there have been times where because I always shake out my clothes first, there have been times where I've shaken out my pants, and multiple times spiders have come out, so I have had spiders in my pants, so shake out everything, before you put it on. You don't know if something else is wearing it before you. So, well, let's see here. I can't. There we go. But if anybody wants to read this last part, on how they're actually made, that's interesting. Someone? Okay. A gas burner is used to heat the glass to a temperature of 1800 degrees, after which trained artisans shape the glass into various animal-inspired shapes, from different species of spiders and locusts to snails and octopi. Yeah, octopuses. Clearly, this person doesn't know English. It's octopi is a plural, not octopuses. So, but man, dude, look at that. So that's even more scary. That
looks like a Mario shell.
That's too ultra realistic. That's frightening.
I'm not gonna lie. No. If you look at that shell, it kind of looks like a shell you'd see in a Mario game.
Yeah, it does. But then we have some more scorpions here. Scorpions are arachnids. A lot of people don't realize that. They have 8 eyes and 8 legs. So, ooh, the octopus one, though, I definitely would want that one.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Slug. Alright.
I think that's one of the toxic ones, if that's an actual one. If that were the real one, that would be, they're very toxic.
Yeah,
you can't touch them.
Yeah, those blue ones are toxic. And then
Along
a
with
snail.
same thing with the octopus. There was this little tiny like blue octopus.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it, don't touch it. Because if
don't
it
wanna
bites
touch
you,
anything.
I'm gonna say if it bites you, you won't even know. You won't know if you get bit, and by then it's too late.
Why would you pose it in this stance? Like,
That's freaking cool.
that's terrifying. Like,
It honestly looks
yeah.
kind of cool.
it looks like it's about to attack you though. Like, it's rearing up.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, let's move on here. We have Mirror. Let's see here. Lovely Grand killed in Liverpool dog attack, mauled by 5 out-of-control bulldogs. That sucks. Gran Ann Dunn, at 65, was savagely murdered at her home in the Vauxhall area of Liverpool, Merseyside, on Monday afternoon, as police launched an investigation into her death. A pack of out-of-control dogs at her home had been described as the loveliest person as tributes flood in. She was pronounced dead at her home. At her home in the Vauxhall area of Liverpool after her neighbors reported hearing a woman's screams at around 4 p.m. on Monday. The Merseyside police confirmed that 5 American bulldogs, which were inside the property, were seized by officers and humanely destroyed. Good. Because, people got to keep this in mind. You want a dog, you want a cat, you want a fish, you want a turtle, you want a whatever, okay? Because it's so cute and, oh, it's my fur baby. It's still a wild animal. It's still a wild animal, and given the chance, it will eat your face the fuck off, okay?
Oh, no, yeah.
You gotta train them. Yeah, that's why you gotta train them.
Even with
I actually
training.
need
Look
someone.
at Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday on the history shows. The Siegfried and Roy, when one of their tigers attacked them during the show.
Mhm.
You can
Oh,
train.
yeah.
You can train 1,000 generations of animals. The 1,001st will still just as quickly, go for the throat. Because it's still on instincts. It's a wild animal. It doesn't have the brain work that we have. It doesn't know. It's being tricked into things. By receiving treats like food and whatnot. Like, the whole Pavlov's dog thing, You ring a bell and it begins to salivate. So, but that's just awful, Poor lady got killed to death by dogs.
Oh yeah, it's kind of funny also like that. Like, dude, pit bulls as well. Those things are fucking vile, dude. I knew someone in my neighborhood who actually had 5 of them, and apparently she moved out a long time ago. But before she moved out, there was an incident where 4 of them got out and 1 stayed behind with her, and she didn't know. And they apparently, even though she had trained them for a long time, 5 years, they spotted spotted a random guy just walking around, and they approached them all friendly and the guy started petting them, and out of nowhere, he just ended up touching the other one. They all fucking snapped and attacked them at the same time.
Yep. I mean, dogs actually, a lot of dogs, they have the eyebrows,
Yeah.
Those muscles were actually developed after domestication. They evolved a way to manipulate us with their eyebrows. They know what they're doing,
Oh god.
They're pack animals, dude. The example that you just said right there, that is a strategic move. They walked in and kept, the guy down, came in all friendly, and then went after him. Confucius 101 right there. So.
You're right.
Yeah. Moving on up here, we have Vladimir Putin apparently is hiding in a bunker and preparing tactical nuclear strike. And once again, I saw this earlier today on Tim Pool. They apparently have some kind of nuclear torpedo that they might be testing because the submarine that was revolving around it is now not in the port it was at anymore. And it's a tsunami creator. So, Putin has been saying, anything again, because he's recently annexed 5 more sections of Ukraine, and he's threatening nuclear war if there's any rebuttal to it. So, this is not good. It says here, Vladimir Putin is preparing to launch a tactical nuclear strike from a bunker a long way outside Moscow, it has been claimed. Putin, who is turning 70 on Friday, warned his closest family members of the possibility of rapid evacuation from the capital of Russia. The anti-Kremlin outlet, who claims outside knowledge from Putin's circle, have long said that he is suffering acute health problems but is offering no proof of its assertion. Among the claims, it is said that he has been taking advice from shamans, traditional diviners of good and evil spirits, as he decides whether to launch nuclear missions. So, this is horrifying.
Oh yeah, it is.
So he might be checking out, mentally. Ours is already checked out mentally. So now we have several world leaders who are becoming bumblers, and we might be facing the apocalypse soon.
Yep.
Oh no, yeah, fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Well, at least I know I won't suffer.
How come?
I'll get evaporated in the first strike. So it's
Oh shit.
It's the poor
Wait a minute.
bastards, who are like out in the rural areas who have to deal with the fallout and radiation. Like they're
Fucking
the ones who are
ghouls.
gonna suffer. So yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, here's something. Speaking of suffering, a boy at the age of 5 dropped off at the wrong school where no one knew him, and he was left there for hours. Police eventually tracked him down after dumping the little kid at Park Lakes Elementary School in Florida, where he was not enrolled. Officers were called when bewildered teachers didn't recognize him after he was found wandering around the corridors. They released a photograph of the youngster, hoping that someone would help them identify his parents when the child is unable to give staff any information. A driver had apparently left him at the gates on Monday morning and sped away, leaving the kid alone and unable to talk to anyone. That's horrifying, dude. Like, talk about, school trauma. Like, kids have enough reasons not to want to go to school, I feel bad for this kid. What say you guys?
Yeah, that's a rough day. That had to have been a pretty rough day.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's probably gonna be traumatized now. Every time he goes to school, it's probably gonna be double checking to make sure that he's actually at the right school now.
Yeah. How do you screw that
Poor
up? Though?
bastard.
Like, how do you not know the school that your child's going to? Like, that is extreme negligence.
Oh no, yeah, it is.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh well, more sad news. Nurse at the age of 32 goes on trial charged with murdering 7 babies and attempting to kill 10 more. Anybody want to read this one?
Argument.
A nurse has gone on trial today accused of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder a further 10. Lucy Letby, 32 years old, faces charges that she murdered 5 boys and 2 girls and attempted to murder another 5 boys and 5 girls between June 2015 and June 2016. Letby, or Herefordshire, was working in the neonatal unit of the Countess of Chester Hospital in Chester at the time of the alleged murders and alleged attempted murders. The defendant denies all the allegations. Letby appeared in the dock today in Manchester Crown Court wearing a dark suit.
Alright. Well, that's really disgusting. Like, what is wrong with people?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fucking give me the death penalty much better, fucking bitch.
Dude, like, and look at her smug-ass face,
Oh no, yeah. That's
it's
bad.
basically
That's fake
killer.
if someone has no remorse at all for what they did.
Dude, this reminds me of that TikTok of that nurse, like, making a whole showboat around, like, losing a patient. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. God. We gotta vet our people a lot more stringently, Like, let's see here. Going from multiple sads to something strange here, we have a spooky. So now we're at the mirror. Spooky 150-year-old time traveler painting shows a woman using an iPhone. So I'm looking at it right now, and she's holding something, but I mean, like, yeah, some could say that looks like an iPhone. It can also be anything, Like, it says here. The painting, dating back 150 years, shows what looks like a time traveler playing with an iPhone. The picture, titled The Expected One, shows a young woman strolling through the countryside with her eyes glued to a square object in her hand. Painted by Ferdinand George Waldmuller in 1860, decades before electricity was first introduced to British households.
Ah, damn.
Dang. Anybody want to continue reading here?
Art critics have insisted that whatever the woman is holding is nothing to do with the technology, but eagle-eyed art fans are convinced it looks like she is staring at a smartphone more than 100 years before they were invented. In the picture, the woman is shown walking with her gaze frozen downward while a boy holds out a pink flower, ready to woo her.
Yeah. So let's expand this. And, well, I guess the picture... Oh, the picture's bigger when the window's smaller. That's weird. Okay. But yeah, like, I'm looking at... And it could be, like, anything. It could be, like, you know, a makeup case. It can be, like, a locket or something. It can be, you know, like, a compass.
Yeah, it looks
like,
weird. Yeah.
Like, there's a million and one things, like, so I don't buy this. Like, it's just too vague.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, I mean, like, you know, there is a lot of other instances of, like, potential time travel. There's, like, you know, that one guy with his sunglasses and the shirt, you know, while everybody else was, like, in period area clothing, you know, from, have you seen that?
Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
Let's see if I can see an image of this sunglass t-shirt time traveler. Yeah, right here. Yeah, he's wearing sunglasses, what appears to be a tee, and a zip-up hoodie.
Oh yeah, this one. I've
And
seen
all
it before.
these guys are in suits. But there's another one where there's a guy on sitting up on a rock or something, and everybody's looking up. Time traveler sitting on rock. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So, like, you know, you have this guy here. He's in a t-shirt, and if you see, there's you know, there's several people. It looks like they're looking at him, but like he has a shaggy haircut. He wears shorts before shorts were invented, I believe. Because, like, look at all the other people, what they're wearing.
Oh no, yeah.
So, I mean, that's another one. So there's a lot of, like, better examples of time traveling, you know, possibility, photographs or paintings. This, I don't know about that. But let's see here. Oh, this is horrifying. From the Mirror as well. Dad uses his own baby as a human shield before police shoot him with stun gun.
Ah, dang.
Wow. So,
Jeez.
shocking footage shows the moment a dad used his baby son as a human shield before being shot with a stun gun by police. The man, Brendan Loener, had been reported to the police by his girlfriend for abducting their 1-year-old son at gunpoint. Officers spotted the suspect driving wildly along with the baby in his lap. He refused to pull over, speeding and even crossing into oncoming traffic. Lower finally turned into a shopping center and parked near a McDonald's drive-thru, exiting the vehicle while still holding the boy. In the footage, you can see Loner refusing to put the child down, dangling him by the arms as the police advanced, tasers raised. The officers were supported by a police dog unit. So, I don't want to watch the video because that's really, really disturbing. You know, like what? So he robbed the kid at gunpoint, and then so this guy clearly had no care for his son at all. So, and the video is still loading, and yeah, as I say, I don't want to look at that. So, let's move on. Woman murders pregnant 21-year-old with hammer before cutting baby from her womb. What the fuck? Like,
Jesus.
do you want to read this, Rhombus?
Sure. A woman has been found guilty of capital murder after killing a pregnant woman by cutting the baby from her womb. Taylor Renee Parker, 29, from Texas, United States, was found guilty of murdering mom of one, Reagan Michelle Simmons Hancock, 21, at her home in New Boston in October of 2020. She smashed Reagan's head with a hammer multiple times and then stabbed her over 100 times. Taylor then grimly cut the baby from her womb with a scalpel after abducting her, as the baby later died. Bowie County jury found Taylor guilty of capital murder after a jury deliberated for an hour. Taylor's defense argued the baby girl was never alive and asked for the kidnapping charge to be dropped against her.
Words cannot express how inhuman that was. Like, how can you argue that it was not alive? It was a living thing inside, growing, forming into a human being. Like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
stabbed her 100 times, over 100 times. What the hell?
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard of this fucking story. I think recently. Yeah, it's fucking horrifying.
And the kicker is, it's more likely to happen via a female doing it.
Yeah.
It's like twice. It's like
Why is
double
that?
the chance.
Why is that?
It's double the chance, but they get away with it more. It's bullshit.
Oh, well, that, yeah. Well, like, why would it be more likely for a woman to do it? Simply because they can get away with it, or because like it's some kind of? Would they be mad that they're pregnant and they're not, or something, or?
I have no idea. All I know, like, because there's a statistic that shows that they're more likely to commit a crime. Like, there's a statistic on the internet somewhere, and I swear to God I've seen this, that they're significantly more likely to commit a crime than a guy is.
I mean, probably it's because of like generations and generations of being more lenient towards female criminals than males. You know,
Yeah.
Has culturally put an
No,
impact on mentality. Maybe like
Mm-hmm.
that's. You're gonna have to find that for me because I gotta look more into that because yeah. But this is just awful. This is awful. So let's okay. Well, let's hear finally something else. Going on up into UPI, the London Marathon runner in unicorn costume breaks world record. So, that's really cool.
What the hell?
Yeah. A British man who donned a unicorn costume to run the London Marathon earned a Guinness World Record for the fastest marathon dressed as a mythical creature as a male. Jeremy Mallard of Harrogate, North Yorkshire, dressed in a unicorn costume and ran the London Marathon with a time of 3 hours, 26 minutes, and 38 seconds. God, it has got to like be so wet inside that mask, like, you know, like all the sweat and panting.
That's some dedication.
Yeah. Do you want to continue on the article here?
Yeah, sure. Excuse me. Guinness World Records confirmed in a tweet that Mallard earned the record for the fastest marathon dressed as a mythical creature, male. The previous record was set by Australian runner Alistair Kilty, who donned a Bigfoot costume and ran the Waterford Viking Marathon in Ireland with a time of 3 hours, 44 minutes, and 48 seconds. Mallard said his costume was inspired by his daughter's love of the unicorns.
So this is an actual thing. Like, this is not the first time this has happened. Like,
that's impressive.
That's cool. Like,
It's cool, just ridiculously impressive that somebody would willingly put on a costume and do that.
Now, I'm recanting my statement saying that mask has got to be, like, god-awful because he's still, like, most of his outfit is still breathable. Now,
Sure.
if you're dressed as Bigfoot, you know, now you're in, like, a Chewbacca suit, and now you're running. Like, that is hot and miserable. Like...
Mm-hmm. Which, for that guy, it's not as bad, because he at least considered that it might get really hot if he wore an actual, like, full-send costume and just put normal clothes on with it.
So you just put on like not even like
Mm-hmm.
what were these called? Like this was like a 70s fashion trend. Like women especially used to wear like the ankle thing, but like it was a whole lower leg. Like what were those called?
Wasn't that the I know it. Yeah, it was just a style of pants they wore. I can't remember the name of it. Wasn't it? Well, they still wear. I mean, there's people that still wear them now. Like, I've seen people walk around with pants like that.
Well, those are bell bottoms. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah,
to
bell
find...
bottoms. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm trying to find specifically like if you see his
fur.
picture, like the rainbow fur he has around like under his knees.
Oh yeah.
Like that is actual. Like it used to be like a 70s style thing right there to have something else.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because I think it was that, bell bottoms, and also I believe parachute pants were also a thing then as well.
I think parachute pants were the 80s.
They may have been the 80s. It was 80s, early 90s. They had to have been, because I know MC Hammer was known for wearing parachute pants, and he did it. Oh, it was the 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see, because I know MC Hammer has like his own pair.
Yeah, when he did Can't Touch This.
Yeah,
So,
his only song.
his only song. Anyway, let's move on up here. Some more from UPI. Fashion show with 430 models breaks world record in New Orleans. So, do you want to read this?
Yeah. October 4th, UPI, a fashion show in New Orleans, broke a Guinness World Record when 430 models walked down the runway. The Ribbons Rock the Runway fashion show, organized by Unite Empowering Events, was witnessed by a Guinness World Records adjudicator as the Sugar Mill in New Orleans. The adjudicator verified the 430 models participating in the show beat the previous record of 421, which was set at a 2020 fashion show in Spain. The Ribbons Rock Runway fashion show featured numerous models who survived cancer. The models wore ribbons representing the various types of cancer they were previously diagnosed with.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
Like, I'm not really a fan of fashion, but this is awesome.
Yeah, that's huge.
Now,
That's
I have to say though, the 2021, like, they should have left one person out, because 420,
Yeah, that'd have made it funny.
Or I guess that's
Like,
why they had the
funny number.
421 there, just to avoid it. It's like, oh god, we need just one more. Quick, get Bill.
Quick, get one random human being. Here, test dummy, go!
This is cool though. So, then moving on up, we have morning trains delayed by Swan on the tracks in England. This sounds like it comes straight out of the movie Hot Fuzz, if you've ever seen it.
It does. It does.
Oh,
sound
dude,
like
look
it
at that!
does,
They put it in a suitcase.
It's funny. They have This cracks me up. They have these floaties for dogs. I had one for my dachshund. We'd put him in it, and I just pick him up and walk around with him like he's a suitcase. It looked hilarious. Because he's sitting there, you can see his feet dangling, like he's sitting there like freaking out. He's like, oh my god, put me down. But then he, like, you could see him squirming. You see his little stump legs moving around.
It says here, some morning commuters in England were delayed for about an hour when a swan was spotted on the train tracks. Passengers on Network Rail's Wessex route said they were delayed for about an hour on Monday morning, and were told the cause was a swan spotted on the tracks in Staines, Surrey, at around 8 in the morning. The Wessex route posted a photo to Twitter showing an employee carrying the swan after it was safely captured and put in a bag for restraint. If you swan around on the way away, you get the bag, the tweet said. Network Rail said the swan was taken to a sanctuary. See, this is a really dangerous thing, though. Like, so many animals are getting used to humans that, like, they'll just sit and chill at you. There's actually a park not too far away where, like, there's lakes there, and there are swans, and swans are aggressive. Like, they'll hiss at you, and, like, they're sitting in the middle of the walking path, okay? And I'm walking, and then it's hissing at me. It's like, bitch. Like, I can...
Yeah, get out of here.
These swans, they don't fear humans, and the animals really should start fearing humans again, because when they don't, that's bad for us. I mean, like, you see all of these, videos of people running away when a squirrel's chasing them. Like, what do you think that's going through the mind of the squirrel? Like, it's not good. People's got to start getting balls and fighting back. Otherwise,
You should just tell the Jews, like, if they start attacking me, it's like, leave me the fuck alone, or I'm gonna turn you into dinner.
Yeah, and these are just the herbivores I'm talking about. Like, another major problem is, admittedly, is because we are entering their territory, but there are problems with, mountain lions and and cougars and, like, coyotes and whatnot, like, in neighborhoods. Yeah. Just yesterday on the radio, I heard there was a story about there was a coyote apparently that had been seen around an elementary school for a while, and the staff even gave him the nickname Wile E. Coyote, but then it was found on the campus. And some people believe that it's because of food that the children left out, but, like, animals don't fear us. And what's stopping, like, a coyote or a mountain lion or something from, like, hopping the fence and taking out a couple kids, Like, that's dangerous. So.
Yeah, one thing I will say: do not enter a bear's territory. Do not enter a grizzly bear's territory, because they will kill you. Like, they will fuck you up.
Yeah, and if you see a baby bear, like, just say your prayers because you're already gone.
Oh, yeah. I know it's actually funny. Like a year before almost like 2 years before the pandemic, I was actually running like near the Hollywood sign with my cousin's family, and guess what? I ran into a coyote.
Dang.
And instead of attacking me, he just looked at me, just sniffed my fucking my hand, and just walked away.
Yeah, for some reason they're just like they're not like that on the East Coast. Like, they aren't chill about it. Like, the elk are. Like, the elk, that's not a bad thing if the elk are, because they're generally they're a fairly relaxed species. Like, they're pretty laid back.
Until they feel that you're disturbing them, and then they'll attack you, and they will win.
And that's the only thing you gotta worry about is them attacking you. Like, you just don't bother them. Because, like, up in Benazet, which is about an hour and a half from here, actually, it's closer for me because it's about an hour. It's actually, you can, like, go near them, but don't walk, like, right up to them. Don't get in within reaching distance of them.
No,
Do not.
give them
like,
space.
just stay in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, give them, like, maybe 20, 30 yards, but also don't. I heard about this. There was a guy chasing a whole pack of them through like the entire area.
Wow.
Like, he was running after him with a gun. Actually, no, it was with a camera. I was like, what? I seen the guy run across.
That's a different kind of shooting right there.
It's funny. I looked at the report, and I actually seen the guy running across the field. I actually seen that same guy going across, and I was like, what the?
Oh, so you actually visibly with your own eyes, you saw him?
Yeah,
like,
I saw this dude do it. Yeah, no, this was on the overlook when you get up above the hotel. This is up above, when you get past the hotel and the reserve center. And I just like looked down the field, and there's a few elks running by. I'm like, okay, they're just running. There's a guy running behind them. I was like, what is he doing?
Well, like, in my neighborhood, actually, we see a coyote at least once a month or so. Like, I haven't been keeping track, but I do remember, Dad and I have been for a walk, and, we saw a coyote, just off the path, and it was just standing there. It is not scared of us at all. And if it was hungry, and if it was desperate enough, it could rush us, or rush one person, or rush a jogger in the morning, or rush someone's pet. Like, there was one in the middle of our street, right in front of our house. There was a coyote, and if you look at us on the map, we're surrounded by houses. Like, it's not like my house butts up against the wilderness, like a lot of places around me. Like, I'm surrounded by human civilization for at least a mile in all directions. But there's still, coyotes, just come, almost to my front door. And that's not good, But anyway, let's jump on up some more UPI here. A line of 11,602 lollipops broke a Guinness World Record. So, let's see here. The National Sea Rescue Institute gathered 27 volunteers from its Station 5 to attempt the candy arranging record on the Durban beachfront promenade. The volunteers assembled the lollipops into a line that stretched well over 1/2 of a mile, according to the Guinness World Records. The feat earned the record for longest line of lollipops. The goal set by Guinness for the attempt was 9,999. The Institute said the lollipops used in the attempt will be distributed at community events and school presentations. So they're going to be recycling it. But that's still pretty cool. So a half-mile line of lollipops.
I just had a blow pop last night.
Huh.
They're still as good as I remember them.
Yeah, they are good.
They are. They hit different.
Yeah, I try to avoid most candy though because of Monsanto GMOs and Bill Gates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Halloween's
around the corner. Literally, it's the
only certain ones.
Yeah.
There's only certain ones that I'll eat. I'll eat zebra cakes because they taste good.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love warheads. I can't get enough of them.
Warheads are good. Oh my god, they will kill your mouth. But they are tasty. So.
That sour is the best part.
Oh yeah, the sour, yeah.
Dude,
I remember one time I got a packet of them. I ate 20 a day, and holy shit, dude, I couldn't feel my mouth later.
You know what I do want to try though? When I'm way up there, on the devil's lettuce. I want to try the candy joint, which is a line of gushers wrapped in a fruit by the foot.
Ooh.
And then you just enjoy. You know, you eat it. Like, oh, that sounds like such a chewy experience right there.
That just sounds like diabetes waiting to happen.
Diabetes.
That's
Let's see here.
Diabetes.
Candy joints. Let's see here. Images.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Those are just normal. Oh no, those are just normal joints.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, here. This is what I'm trying to find. So, gushers and a fruit roll-up. So you have a line of gushers, just roll it up. You know.
Oh, that's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a lot of chewiness, dude. Look at that.
I can feel my teeth aching from looking at it.
Yeah. Just like that.
Actually looks pretty good, actually, not gonna lie.
It looks good, but it just looks like my teeth. It just looks like rotted teeth waiting to happen.
Oh no, yeah. Dude, you know
dude.
how there's like 2 types of diabetes?
Wow,
if you
look
eat
at
that,
this.
you're gonna get.
Look at this guy getting fancy with his rap.
Trying to make it look like bacon.
Oh man, candy bacon. Yeah, I gotta try that though. Look at this.
I tell you what.
You get the
That's a
variety
good-
pack: fruit roll-ups, gushers, and fruit by the foot.
Oh,
And look at that.
no.
Look, it's a ball.
gosh.
He made a ball.
Oh, bro.
Just
Dedication. That's a
candy.
candy sandwich. It's candy sandwich.
It reminds me of the round meal, but dessert.
The round meal.
Round
Protein blasted.
Women
Serves
cannot
3.
eat this.
Yeah, serves 3 men. When you
Macaroni
steal-
and
when you-
beef.
When you steal bits from a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Stealing them anyways because we don't care. We need content.
Yeah. Well, our last article of today is some more candy. A truck crash covers California highway in candy.
Oh no.
That's one sweet highway.
Yeah. Says here the California Highway Patrol's Madera office said troopers responded to State Routes 99 near Avenue 11 when a big rig and box truck collided at 8 in the morning on Monday. Photos from the scene show the roadway littered with candy that spilled from one of the involved vehicles. CHP, or California Highway Patrol, said no injuries were reported from the incident. So that's good, there's no injuries. But let's take a look at the candy.
See the damage.
Oh, man.
Let's look at the damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Instagram.
Yeah, I was trying to get a bigger photo. Oh, there we go. Can I... See, hold on. Can I... Here. Nope, it won't let me view the actual image. So that's the best we got. Wow.
Oh, Jimmy here is live.
That's a tragedy right there. All that candy.
That's like it.
Yeah.
Oh, Hailie Deegan's making her Xfinity Series debut at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Where do you see that?
I'm looking on my Instagram right now. I just checked it. It's Brian Deegan's kid. If you've ever heard of Brian Deegan.
No. Brian Deegan?
He was the Supercross guy.
Oh, this guy. Okay. I still don't know.
Yeah, he's really good. He's well known for racing dirt bikes and trophy trucks. But he's
I had to zoom in on this picture because, like, this small thumbnail, it looks like he has a bunch of medals on his chest, like he's a Soviet general.
Yeah, no, that's just all sponsors. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what all the racing suits looks like. Wait,
Yeah.
did I just say a NASCAR?
NASCAR.
Here, wait, look at it. Wait, click the X real quick. Yeah, I did, right there. Monster. Yeah, that was that photo he took. That's right in front of. That was Kurt Busch's car last season.
I don't know anything about sports. So.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot to explain. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
Well, anyway, unless anybody has anything else to say, about this was a wild show. Like, we had a lot of weird ones, a lot of really sad, sick, twisted people out there, and then we had a sweet ending.
Very, indeed, a very sweet ending.
Yes. I might have to actually brush my teeth after this. So.
I have a massive chuck steak thawing right now.
Huh, nice.
It takes up like half my sink.
Jeez. Well, anyway, that's gonna be the end of the show. Where's my script? Because I don't know the outro yet for this. Oh yeah, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar in the description for any links that you may be interested in. Like, you know, all the articles that we just read, they're all down there. Everything, Omni Coalition, it's all down there. For your dose of different, odd, and otherwise unknown news, we stream Monday through Friday at currently 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is what time for you guys?
Be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. And I don't know what time zone Gavin's in.
California time.
Oh, you're a Cali too.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, it's been a long time. I honestly forgot who you were.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, it's been what, months? So.
Yeah, months. Yeah, sorry, I've been just very busy with phone repairs and everything. You know, just trying to get by in this horrible state.
Yeah, I know the struggle. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I was A.O. Xander.
I am the Slayer.
I am Gavin Gaming, or Gavin Gaming.
Gavin Gaming? Gavin
No,
Gamming.
Gavin Gaming.
Gavin Gamming.
Yeah.
Gabbing.
Gavin Gavin.
Gavin Gamming. We're pronouncing the A's differently. We just switched the enunciation of the A. So instead of Gavin Gaming, it's Gavin Gabbing. Anyway, and you are you viewer, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!